David Zublick here with your Dark Outpost morning update. Thanks for being with us. We appreciate it. Hey, I want to tell you about something here. This is really cool. Check this out. This is a solar water heater. I love this thing. Now, the solar water heater is an ultra-portable thermos. It's powered by solar energy. It boils water, tea, coffee, noodles, and more within minutes virtually anywhere. This is a must-have piece of gear for every prepper and survivalist, in my opinion. And yes, folks, it is time to become a prepper and a survivalist. Whether you want to do it or not, you got to do it, folks, because we are about to enter some really, really, really trying times. Now, with the recent crunch in the supply chain system, many Americans, well, they're not going to be receiving their holiday gifts this year. Just not going to happen. All right. So the solar water heater is currently in stock, however, and can be shipped to your loved ones just in time for the holidays. I highly recommend the solar water heater. You can get yours with a Black Friday sale and get it at 25% off by going to solarwaterheater.com. That's solarwaterheater.com. Or by visiting their website. The link is in the description of this video, solarwaterheater.com. You are not going to be disappointed by that, but you are going to be disappointed by this. We have a major problem in this country, something that I've been covering on this broadcast for years. It's kind of the hallmark of what we do here at Dark Outpost. We try to save as many children from predators and to bring to justice those who would harm them. We also expect certain other people to protect our children from harm and not to be predators themselves. But unfortunately, many of the people that we put our trust in let us down, including law enforcement. There are many sexual predators on America's police forces. As a matter of fact, I just found this out the other day. When it comes to sex trafficking, you know, the buying of, selling of young boys and girls, and look, even women for sex, police have become both predators and pimps. They're using the kids and the women as sex toys, and then they're pimping them out to other people. The Philadelphia Inquirer did a report. Hundreds of police officers across the country have turned from being protectors to predators, using the power of their badge to extort sex. Victims of sex trafficking are saying that police, the people that they would think would be there to help them, are among those that are buying young girls and women for sex. And believe it or not, this whole COVID-19 pandemic, whatever you want to call it, has resulted in even more children being preyed upon by sex traffickers. You know why? You know how they do that? Yeah, you're right. The kids are locked down, right? So they're on their computers. Now, kids are starting to return to school right now, but some are still home because their parents don't want them to have to be forced to participate in the mask mandates and everything else, and or to get vaccinated, which is coming real soon for kids 5 to 11 years of age. Don't allow your kids or your grandkids to get the jab. But in the meantime, while they're home and they're on their computer, they're being preyed upon by these monsters. And unfortunately, rather than being part of the solution, the police forces, which are riddled with, let's face it, corruption, brutality, sexual misconduct, and drug abuse, are largely becoming a big part of the problem. It's unfortunate, but it's true. Let me give you some samples here. In New York, 7 NYPD cops, 7 of them, 3 sergeants, 2 detectives, and 2 officers, were accused of running brothels that sold 15-minute sexual encounters, raking in more than $2 million over the course of 13 months. 13 months. In California, a police sergeant, a 16-year veteran of the police force, was arrested for raping a 16-year-old girl who was being held captive and sold for sex in a home in an upscale neighborhood. This is not taking place in like slum areas or, the seedier sides of town. This is taking place in upscale areas, right? Now, a week-long sting in Florida ended with 277 arrests of individuals accused of sex trafficking, including doctors, pharmacists, and, police officers, okay? Now, while the problem of cops engaging in this sex trafficking seems to be, it's not addressed at all. Nobody seems to be doing anything about it. Equally alarming is the number of cops who commit sex crimes against those they encounter as part of their job. They get pulled over. This is largely underreported. Former Seattle police officer Norm Stamper described cases in which cops fondled prisoners, made false traffic stops of attractive women, traded sexual favors for freedom, and had sex with teenagers, and raped children. Folks, this is sick. A Pennsylvania police chief and his friend were arrested for allegedly raping a young girl hundreds of times, orally, vaginally, and anally several times a week over the course of 7 years, starting when she was just, ready for this, 4 years old. In 2017, 2 NYPD cops were accused of arresting a teenager, handcuffing her, and driving her in an unmarked van to a nearby parking lot where they raped her and forced her to perform oral sex on them. And then they dropped her off on a nearby street corner. A sheriff's deputy in San Antonio, Texas, was charged with sexually assaulting a 4-year-old daughter of an undocumented Guatemalan woman and threatening to have her deported if she reported the abuse. One young girl was kidnapped by a Border Patrol agent when she was 14, taken to his apartment and raped. I could go on and on, but you get the picture here. The police states sexual assaults of children are sickening enough, but when you add sex crimes against grown women into the mix, the picture becomes even more sordid. And unfortunately, according to the FBI's own statistics, sex with children is becoming the fastest growing illegal business in America, and it is a problem that is hiding in plain sight. What are we going to do about it? What are we going to do about this? It has to be addressed. Let's be clear about this. We cannot allow this to continue. We here at Dark Outpost are doing everything in our power to save as many children as possible from sexual predators and to bring to justice those who would harm them. We largely rely on people within the law enforcement community to do their job and save these children and arrest these monsters. But when they themselves become the monsters, well, you got a real problem on your hands, folks. This problem must be addressed. All right? Coming up today at 12 noon Eastern Time on Dark Outpost on Rumble Live, among our guests, Jesse Saboter of Illuminate the Darkness at illuminatethedarkness.com. We're going to be talking about whether things like astral projection, bilocation, levitation, remote viewing, these sort of things, are they satanic in nature? Are they things that should be avoided instead of practiced by people who might be using these powers, if you will, for evil? We'll talk with Jesse Saboter about that. Michelle Stefanik continues her deep dive into the East African Embassy bombings in 1998, Benghazi, and the 9/11 attacks. And Stephanie Schapp with an interesting question. Was Moses the hero that the Bible makes him out to be, or was he really Akhenaten? Yeah, we're going to get into that with Stephanie Schapp. I hope you'll join us at 12 noon Eastern Time today on Rumble for Dark Outpost Live. Hope to see you then. This is David Zublick with your Dark Outpost morning update.